Let's talk about the SAT test. I know this is something close to your heart, Tiger Mom, because finally they're having big changes in it. Some people are saying it's worthless, and the president of Bard College, Leon Botstein, you know him?
Yep.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Smart guy. He said it's part hoax, he's talking about the SAT, part fraud. It terrifies both students and parents. And I thought, why is that a bad thing? I was terrified of it, and it made me study for it, and I don't think that's a terrible thing.
Yeah, I mean, some of these reforms, I think, make sense to the extent you're trying to level the playing field. But I think all these new proposals right now, you know, let's get rid of grades, get rid of SAT, get rid of college, I think they're really just ways to run away from confronting these deep problems we have with our education system. I think right now we're basically lying. I think we're lying to our kids by sugarcoating. We're telling, it's like a 1950s message. Just tell everybody, go to college, pursue your passions, and you'll have a great life.
Right.
Well, the problem is, you know, not all colleges are equal, not all degrees are equal, and what we're getting is people coming out of these colleges saddled with enormous debt, and then finding that they actually can't get a job. And I think what people are willing to talk about is the income side, like, you know, let's equalize wealth. But the trickier question, and this is where I've experienced, I think people refuse to talk about the most important part, which is that some groups, some people have cultural advantages, you know. So and it's not just and it's not just wealthy people. There are the children of poor Chinese restaurant workers, nail salon workers, taxi drivers that are acing these SATs, that are getting to selective colleges. And I feel like we should be able to have a conversation about this, an open conversation. And if we're really going to try to equalize economic opportunity, I think we have to try to level not just the economic playing field, but the cultural playing field, and we shouldn't be afraid to talk about it.
Well, okay. Well, let me. How shall I put this? Disagree. I mean, it seems to me the SAT is a stupid test. There isn't a single other country in the Western world that tests its children by multiple choice questions.
Really?
Not a single one.
I was.
Not a single one. You were where?
In England.
What
Age 11, I was given
11 plus.
11 plus, the old grade 11 plus. That's the whole reason I actually got my life.
Yeah, but 11 plus was abolished.
I know, unfortunately. And since then,
well, what are they using?
Since then, the number of rich people at Oxford and Cambridge has increased, and the number of poor people has decreased.
What's the alternative?
They make people write essays. They make people answer things that they actually know about.
You can't write an essay about math.
One of the things that but you don't have multiple choice questions. You set problems which you have to solve. You don't
it's even harder in China.
It's harder. And
harder.
What Leon Botstein was saying in his article was exactly what you're saying, that there is a crisis of education, because what the SAT does, essentially, it's a trick. You get coaching about how to take the exam, and you do well if you know how to take the exam. It's like the IQ test we discovered was all it showed you was that you were good at doing IQ tests.
That's just not not true.
Well, it is true.
It is not true. The IQ test is brilliantly, and the SAT still does predict your future income. That's how it's constructed. It's a really good thing to analyze how people are able. And if you're a poor kid, if you're in a disadvantaged place, this is your tool to get ahead. And I think there's a lot of people on the left that want to kind of, because they don't like inequality of outcome, they don't like to confront the fact that some people are better at things than other people, and that some cultures are doing better than other cultures because that offends them in some way. I think they're trying to dumb us down in that way.
I think, and they said it's a bad...
anything dumber than an SAT test.
Well,
yes, I went to art school. All you had to do was draw a shoe.
Yeah.
So this all sounds very scary.
You're so successful, you could buy a Cadillac.
But Andrew's right. I mean, the SATs historically were the great equalizer. It's how they broke the WASP, you know, kind of stronghold.
I don't think it's the test that's the problem. I think it's college that's the problem. And parents, quite frankly, are the problem. When I was a kid, parents never got in between you and the teacher and defended you. They defended the teacher.
That's a Tiger Mom position.
I know it is.
That's a Tiger Mom position.